Guys, welcome back. So today we're going to debate a hotly talked about topic in golf right now. The discussion of distance has been going on for quite a while, and the distances we're seeing players hit it nowadays. And I think the debate goes, is it the athlete, is it the equipment, is it the ball?
Yeah.
I think it's all of those things.
It seems to be a incremental change in all of them over the past, 10 years, something like
Definitely. Yesterday I sat and watched the 2002 Ryder Cup.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
At the Belfry. And watching the club selection from some of these guys, I mean, it was like 192 yard par 3, and they're going in with like 4 irons.
Really?
Like nowadays, that's a 7 iron.
At best, yeah.
For the modern player. I mean, Brooks Koepka is hitting, Rory McIlroy are hitting in like stock 7
Stock
irons.
sevens are, yeah, it's so true.
So the golf ball has really been at the core of these changes. I think the world as we know it today, with shafts and heads and launch monitors, have been, I think the golf ball kicked all that off.
For sure.
In the late 90s or early 2000s actually, when the golf ball went from being a wound golf ball into a solid core, faster, firmer golf ball,
Yeah.
the game changed forever.
So I think today, we've done a little bit of this in the past, but today we want to focus on kind of what would golf look like.
Correct.
If we went back to this golf ball.
That's
What is
it.
ball flight going to look like? How far are people going to hit the ball with all different clubs, and relate that to a ball that is out from 2020?
Definitely. I mean, I would love to see. I mean, what do you think on the topic? Do you think, to answer the question, do you think they should roll the golf ball
No,
back?
I would be against it.
Against
for sure.
it.
I don't see anyone enjoying golf
Yeah.
more. I don't see anyone enjoying watching golf more if they change the ball back.
Okay, part 2 to the question is, should there be a tournament golf ball?
I would also not like to see that.
Yeah,
I don't like
you're
that.
happy for people to play the golf ball that optimizes them and their choice.
To me, golf, there is no other sport where you can achieve shots that the very best players in the game can. Like, I'm watching that Michael Jordan documentary last night. Like, no amateur basketball player will ever do any of the things that Michael Jordan did in a competition. But in golf, I could hit a 7 iron closer than Tiger Woods on the same hole. Like, I could do that.
Yeah,
So
very
I
true.
want to play the same game that Tiger's playing.
Yeah.
It doesn't appeal to me to go, well, I hit that shot, but he had a harder shot because he used that ball. I don't think people like that. I don't think.
Let's take a little trip down memory
Definitely.
lane.
Definitely.
And as we say, the golf ball has evolved, and the game has. So let's hit some with each. So we've got 3 options today. We've got a Titleist Professional 90, the premium, the Pro V1, as we said, of its day. We have a TP5X.
Which we're calling like the most modern flying ball.
I mean, it's a monster.
Super
It's a
fast,
monster.
super low spin.
Yeah, and we've also got the Unicorn.
The Unicorn RB Tour. So we were hitting a few with RB Tour X.
Yeah.
Actually was spinning too much for this test.
Yeah,
It was
more than a Balata.
more than a Balata ball, which this isn't even a Balata ball.
We have a MaxFly HT100
Yeah,
Balata
it was
there.
blowing that away.
And the Mizuno golf ball, for people who need spin. We say it a lot though, like, that
do.
is a unicorn.
It's the only ball I've ever seen do that. Other than maybe
just don't know
the
how.
original Kirkland ball did that, but they don't make it anymore.
I know, and even on that level, I'm not sure
It may not quite be there.
That Mizuno ball
So
is.
we're picking the standard RB Tour because the spin profile
Spin
was
profile.
the same as the
Correct.
Professional 90. So we'll be able to just assess ball speed.
Yeah. So we have slow, high spin, we have fast, low spin,
Yes.
and we have fast, high
High
spin.
spin. So you'll be
So-
able to separate the three.
Yeah, so at that point you can start to make your decision. What should they roll back? Should they roll back the speed? Should they increase the spin profile and maybe bring it back a little bit? I think there may be an argument to that, in
Not a
terms
bad
of
idea.
like, how they,
If they were going to do it a
if they
certain
were going
way.
to do something.
True enough.
That would be more of the tournament ball in my eyes.
This one.
How you could roll it back a little bit. But
Agree.
let's take a look at the
Sure.
numbers and let's see what they say.
All right.
The noise.
Wiffle ball. Oh, good yardage. Oh. I'm concerned that if I hit one thin, this test will be over because we only have one in good shape.
Oh, look at that.
It's louder.
Is that a good one?
Yep.
How'd you hit that one?
Good.
Wow.
Giving it the beans to go 160. Yep, that felt good.
Wow. Look at that. That sounded really good.
Best of the three. So it's a stock 165 club now. Solid.
That sounded good.
That's well hit. 66-ish. Kind of seems to want to go in. Seems to want to be in that region.
It's good. Last
Yep.
two were nice.
That's very consistent. Almost the same launch and spin.
Oh.
Oh, you cheeky.
There you go. That looks about as good as you can make that ball.
Yeah, that
Go.
was well hit.
270 on the fly. As good as you've got.
So is it just like it's got no speed on it and spinning like crazy?
Slow and it spins a lot.
Kind of similar. 270? Go! Hi. It's a bomb. Boom. All right, one more of those. Smashing.
Alrighty. Let's take a little peek at this.
Plenty going on here.
As the boys would say, interesting.
Interesting.
Alrighty. So obviously big ball speed discrepancy, Matty, with the 54. Unusual. We don't normally see that.
That's a lot for a wedge.
Even when we've been doing the low compression golf ball testing, we don't normally see that. So that's the first sort of sign of what we are losing. So that, you know, the net loss isn't massive. It's 4 yards.
No, but as a percentage, it's quite a bit on a
decent
54
amount.
degree.
Spin profile wise, the Titleist was not the highest spinning golf ball.
So you thought that the firmer core compression of RB
was
Tour
playing a role in that. Yeah. I think the way the cover works against the solid core is certainly playing a big part of that. So
Makes
the
sense.
launch angle was higher than the Titleist, but the spin rate was lower than the Titleist. So the Mizuno golf ball 26 launch and 11,197. That's a lot of spin.
Tons of spin.
Tons of spin. We know how spinny the RB Tour is. We've talked about that on a
Yep.
bunch of videos. 7 irons.
The 7-iron.
So we see a similar discrepancy on speed. So we saw 4 with the wedge. We see 4 with the 7 iron. Consistent. Lower launch. Now this is where the golf ball starts to evolve a little bit. The Titleist kept the spin up. You could maybe attribute a fraction of it. It was maybe a degree or so more open in the face.
Yeah, but
Maybe
consistently
attribute
was
that.
the only one over 7,000. That's for sure.
Only one over 7,000. So we are starting to see a loss of a club here. We saw 4 yards with the wedge. We saw up to 10 with the TP5.
Crazy.
TP5 between those two starting starting to separate quite a lot.
Absolutely.
Speed, launch, spin, starting to look very different.
Full club difference there.
Again, Mizuno was somewhere in the middle. So it's not quite the high spin of the Titleist, but it's definitely high speed similar to the TaylorMade.
Definitely.
And on the driver, Matty boy.
A rare time when the driver ball test wasn't boring.
Yeah, it was
Crazy.
look at that. On the carry number, we're looking at 35, 40 yards.
So
You had a really good day with the Mizuno.
Yeah.
You actually, just because of that, you turned it over
Just turn
a
it
little
over a
bit.
bit. I'd expect the RB Tour to sit just above the TP5X and spin normally,
Yep.
but the difference
The
in
shape.
start angle made
Correct.
the difference. But for our purposes today, it shows even a really high spinning ball now on the wedges and irons, they can
Yeah.
make it low spin on the driver.
Well, let's look at two. I mean, for a second, two contrasting golf balls in terms of design. With the modern day driver,
Compresses it big time.
it's not much. It's
No.
not much of a difference. We do see that, but again, we're talking.
It's a different world there, isn't it? I mean, it's crazy. I think about Tiger in '97 hitting 300-yard carry drives. I'm thinking
How
about
far would he hit that with the modern day clubs?
it would have been a 340-yard drive by today's standards. And it's like you look at that there. Now you know why they used 8-degree driver steel shafts. Like I wouldn't be able to use this driver in its current way if we were using that ball. I'd have to change it because that spin is just the spin alone is robbing me of probably 15, 20 yards. But the ball speed's not one you're going to get back.
So, you can sort of get the launch conditions for the most part of the old golf ball in certain golf balls in the modern day. We are seeing we have a golf ball, the Mizuno RB Tour X.
Yeah, it would
We
spin.
found it spins more. We found it spins more than the Titleist.
Yes, it does.
When we were hitting it earlier on, we were getting on the 7-iron spin, we were getting.
You had a couple 8,000s on that.
8,000. So where that was at 71, and we saw that consistently earlier, we were getting 8,000 spin with that RB Tour X.
So it seems like the biggest advantage is their ability to raise ball speed in every single club.
That's it.
And
It's the speed.
And they have golf balls that are lower spinning if you need them. You can change spin I don't think they used to be able to give you different spin profiles of a golf ball like that 20 years ago.
No. I mean, look at the delivered loft. Dynamic,
Pretty much the
face,
same, yeah.
path. I mean,
Close.
decimals from one another.
Just
Efficiency
efficiency,
is
isn't
just
it?
way down. I mean, you timed that.
This is the
absolutely
ironically, it's the best shots I hit. They just didn't go anywhere. Crazy.
Very cool.
So if you
Okay.
ask, should they roll the ball back? This is what you're going to watch on TV.
This is what you're going to see. I mean, do
300
we
yards
really,
becomes 270.
Do we really want to see the 170 guys go back to hit at 270?
Yeah.
Because
Do you want to
they'll
watch
lose
that?
so much speed.
Yeah. And one club of distance off the irons, for sure.
So any given hole, you're looking at losing about 45 yards
Yeah. So it
on
could
any
be.
given long sort of hole where there's a driver and a mid iron involved.
So it could be you're hitting. So if you were hitting a 9-iron,
Yeah.
you'd be hitting 5-iron or 6-iron.
So the combined there's driver at 270 carry and 7-iron is at
164.
164. So that gives us 164,
So you could fly it to a 434 par 4.
434, and then obviously the other one we're talking about 174 and 305.
Yeah.
So we're 479.
479. So you could carry. What is that? 45 yards? Is that what you said? It's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
So it's a 45-yard advantage just from changing golf
Yeah.
balls.
Multiply that by obviously
18.
you call it 14 long holes where you're hitting driver in a second club.
True.
And then the 10 yards on the other 4. It's a lot.
And that's why they've lengthened golf courses by 700 yards.
That's it.
There's the 700 yards.
There they are right there. Let's do the exact math on it. 45 times 630 yards potentially if you hit driver, and then on the other holes you're looking at another 10 yards on the other
On
par
the par
threes.
fours and
So you are potentially looking between 600 and 700 yards of difference in distance at the tour level.
Tour level, yeah.
Yeah.
This will be compressed at a slower swing
Compressed,
speed.
yeah.
But we are mostly talking. The reason they're rolling the ball back is not amateurs.
No, exactly.
It's those guys. So Yeah, they could essentially make all golf courses right now 600 or 700 yards longer effectively by. They wouldn't go that extreme, but if they went back a ball, they could do that.
Yeah.
If they really wanted to, but I hope they don't. I really do.
No, we really don't hope. So we're gonna turn this into a little series, and we are going to look at the implications on this, because we're now going to go and take the soft golf ball. We're going to go and play some golf with it.
Yeah.
We're going to go and play Doral, the
Long
Blue
course,
Monster.
7,600 yards.
7,600 yards.
So 8,000 yards.
Yeah, I mean it's going to play massive. So we're going to play 9 holes at the Blue Monster with the old golf ball. We're going to play 9 with the modern golf ball, and we're going to see what the difference is in score. We know ultimately what it means for distance, but what does it mean relative to score?
Absolutely. And the rough will be a factor, so if it's easier to hit the fairway with the other one, maybe it'll equalize.
Let's see. We'll look at our stats. We'll analyse them in fairways hit, greens hit, up and downs, all those sorts of things.
Love it. That's coming next.
Very cool. All right, guys. Appreciate you staying tuned with us on this one. We'll see you again soon.